Hello everyone, this is Vickieverlie. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly Tarotscopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading. Aries. Hello Aries, welcome to your April 2014 Tarotscope. Okay, I'm going to start right in on the reading. I'm going to start shuffling up, and this is for April 2014 Aries. Okay, these kind of want to fly out, so let's throw them down here. Okay. I think I need one or two more. Okay. All right. Well, here's what's going on. There's definitely a shift happening for Aries. We want to go in a new direction. We're having some kind of awakening. We want to go towards the smooth side, or, towards the smooth side of life. We want to come out of turbulent energy. We don't want to be in this turbulent energy. And we're trying to make this journey. It could be an actual physical move, too. Some of you may be wanting to move or relocate. But often this card is more representative of the turbulent water and the turbulence in your life. And you see a way to get to your goals and to get to a smoother way of being. But there's lots of obstacles that seem to be in the way. And one of the big obstacles is this Queen of Swords here in reverse. And she's some sort of a soulmate to you. So, this could be just a lot of things. Somehow you would have to break free of her in order to do this. So it could be, it may be, some of you, this could be, an actual relationship that's in the present tense, and you may have to part ways and leave this person behind in order to move on. Now, typically, the Queen of Swords would be an air sign, which would be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. It may be other things, though. Like, this could be a mother, even. This could be you. In order to make this leap and move forward, you have to break free of maybe what your mother or some teacher or somebody. Because I don't know why I want to take this further back into childhood, not necessarily in the present moment, but it totally could, because I'm reading for a wide array of people. We have to see, it could fit a lot of different ways. But I feel more strongly drawn towards this is something that's been implanted in your brain here, because this card in reverse over here is sort of like a poverty consciousness card too, and that's one of the obstacles that you're putting in front of yourself, that you don't have the money, or how are you going to pay for it, or where's the money going to come from. Yeah, I want to make this big change in my life, but who's going to pay for it? Where's this money going to come from? How am I going to afford it? So there's a stress over money regarding making this change, and it feels kind of like that this person planted that seed in you, that no, you can't do that, you have to stay here, or it's just something that it's been around you for a long time, and maybe even again since childhood, and it's something that you're kind of immersed in, but it feels like you're having this aha. And all Aries, Uranus is in your sign, so there is definitely aha moments, and this is not a once-a-year transit or anything. Many people will never live to see Uranus in their own sign. I think it's over 100 years it takes to round the wheel. So this is a unique experiences that Aries are feeling right now in general with astrology. So you're wanting to break free, Uranus energy, you want to break free. You are having enlightenment. You want to try new things. You're seeing things in a new light. So that's something you should definitely embrace, because there is, in astrology, there's a Pluto square going on with it too. So when Pluto gets into the action, it can get ugly. So if you're feeling this urge to make a change, let's go ahead and do it. And Aries, usually you're not one to hold back. Usually you are the forger ahead. But it does seem like there's a lot of anxiety and fears. And this card is a card of false fear, and it's over here by the money. Because if you look at this card, she's got blindfolds on, so she's not seeing things clearly. And secondly, it's not all that clear on this deck, but if you look in the regular deck of cards, the original Rider-Waite deck, there's a big gap in these swords. If she wanted to, she could really walk right out of here. But this is self-imposed limitations. This is self-imposed obstacles because you have blinders on and because you don't see things clearly. You know, and on this card, in this particular instance, that castle is standing out to me. And I'm almost wanting to, I've heard something, it might have been from Buddha or somebody, I heard somebody use a quote, and it was something regarding, I'm paraphrasing, but it was like, the man is going to the palace or the castle, and he's worried about the shack that he was living in. He's like, well, what's going to happen to the shack, you know? And it's like, forget about the shack. You're on your way to the castle. And this, you know, that can be a euphemism for a lot of things in life. Not just, it's about not thinking small, about opening up, expanding, expansion with, you know, Uranus in your sign. Okay, so there's a lot. I want to get over to the chart real quick because there sure is a lot going on with this chart too, because there's 2 eclipses in April. Now, eclipses are much more powerful than your average new and full moon, and I will be talking about it in my new and full moon forecast. But I'm going to see how it relates specifically to you here. First of all, how I do that is I put Aries on the ascendant or the rising sign. So if you know your true rising sign, you probably want to check out that video as well. So the first eclipse is happening on April 15th, and it's a full moon eclipse. Okay, so in your case, it's happening in your 7th house of partnerships, relationships. Eclipses in your 7th house often means a relationship could be ending, because, well, it brings it to culmination. It brings it to its fullest point, but usually eclipses will eclipse something out of your life. That's, you know, Astrology 101. An eclipse eclipses something out of your life, takes it out, full moon eclipses. The other thing I made a little note for everybody. I'm going to relate it to you, though. I don't want to get too deep into the astrology because I know most of you like the cards better, but there's a Mercury-Pluto aspect on the full moon eclipse, and there's a Mercury-Pluto aspect on the new moon eclipse. Now, the one that we're talking about first here on the 15th of April, it's Mercury square Pluto. And that's always, and it's, you know, that's always going to be, and it's in your sign, too. It's in Aries. You know, Mercury's going to be in Aries. So that's, you know, it's always going to be, watch what you say. Mercury square Pluto, you could say something that you would definitely regret. Or you could say something that you can't take it back. There's no turning back. So even though the spread is saying, yes, you do need to move forward and do it, you don't have to do it, you don't have to be cruel about it. Because sometimes that can be, you know, you could say hurtful things. Or a verbal fight or a verbal argument could get way out of hand, okay? So watch for that around the 16th. And then the next thing on April 29th, we're going to have a new moon eclipse. And at that point, Mercury is trining Pluto. Now, not in your 1st house anymore, but I just feel like this is relevant. I think for everybody, we could say things that we don't mean on the 15th. And on the 29th, maybe we have a chance to make amends. Because Mercury trine Pluto, that's the time that you can make changes without it erupting into an argument or something. Because trines are going to bring harmonious energy. Pluto is the big change. Mercury is the travel, but also telling somebody, listen, I'm leaving, I've got to go. And it could even be, if this is symbolic and back from your childhood and stuff, I mean, even like, what if it's your mother and she's dead? Maybe you're going to go to her grave and just sit there and say, look, Mom, I know you love me and you did the best you can, but you really messed me up. And I'm not gonna go along and stay in the belief systems that I'm ready to break free of that. And you should always do it with blessings and love, so that's the thing. But I wanted to say, we can maybe make amends at that time, but I wanted to point out that the new moon eclipse on April 29th, it's occurring in your 2nd house of money. So back down to earth with just regular astrology. Great new moon eclipse, great time to start a new business, great time to look for a new job, great time to make changes in your money. With the eclipses, it's the new moon eclipse. Now, it's going to bring whatever was eclipsed out. Sometimes the full moon will eclipse something out, the new moon's going to bring something in. It can be the same thing, but it may not be. It may not be the same thing. In your case, again, something having to do with money, finances, physical well-being. So some of you may be relocating for some job. Maybe you just can't make the salary that you want to make in your where you're located now. Maybe you do. If you go to another market, maybe you're going to make, you know, a better salary. Okay, well, I think that's about it for April. This is sort of a taste of what it's like to get a personal reading from me. A couple quick questions people were asking about my deck. I wanted to tell everybody that this is the Hanson-Roberts deck. And I don't know why I got it in the first place. I've been using, I've worn out about 10 of these things over the years. They wear out and you have to get a new one. But I like it. I like the size of it because at the time also, tarot cards were only came in really big sizes, and they were these kind of fit really nice in your hands. The symbols are very similar to the Rider-Waite, but it kind of a more stylized drawing. And I've just used it for years, and it's just the deck I like. So I had several questions about that. I was just going to announce it. It is the Hanson-Roberts deck. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for commenting and liking and sharing and watching my videos. And thank you for all the new people that I'm meeting that are signing up for readings. I've been a really great influx of that. And all the donations. The donations really make it worthwhile for me to continue to do these free readings every month. So this is Vickieverlie, the Rock and Roll Prophetess. Thank you for watching. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll talk to you soon. What is orgonite? Originally discovered in the 1930s by Wilhelm Reich, orgone energy, or etheric energy, is present in living things including the human body. Reich proposed that illness occurs when our etheric body is out of balance, and that positive orgone energy could realign the etheric field, thus facilitating healing and balance of one's life force, chi or prana. It has since been scientifically proven that energy called piezoelectricity, meaning electricity resulting from pressure, is created by the compression of certain materials such as quartz crystals, wood, salt, sugar, ceramics, and bones. As the resin cures in an orgonite piece, it shrinks and compresses the organic matter contained within. The energy emitted creates a positive energy generator. You really can feel the energy coming forth from these pieces. Orgonite clears the air and neutralizes negative emotions as well as electronic clutter from our high-tech devices. Each orgonite piece is lovingly hand-created using intuitive pairing of materials to enhance and raise vibration and aid in ascension and a spiritual awakening. I use materials from nature, including the bark from a sacred willow for grounding, and gold flakes to emulate the golden light basking down from the higher dimensions. Visit my Etsy shop for a wide selection of handmade orgone pieces, especially designed for spiritual growth, including heart opening, chakra alignment and activation, and more. Visit www.orgoneenergyflow.etsy.com to see more beautiful orgone pieces. And remember, you are love and beauty incarnate.